A red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like a melody that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, sae deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. Till all the seas gang dry, my dear, till all the seas gang dry.
Thank you, Philip Kim Ho Joo. So, good afternoon, good evening to everyone once again. My name is James Brodie, and I will be your host this afternoon. I am the Commercial Director for the Industrial Economy at the China-Britain Business Council, and I'm coming to you live from Dunbar, my home in Scotland, which is about 30 minutes east of Edinburgh, where we would otherwise have all been together celebrating the 8th Chinese Burns Supper. Now, if you're wondering, and you might be new to this event, why we're broadcasting this today, the 4th of February, and not January the 25th, which is Burns Night itself, it's because this is a celebration not just of Burns, but also of the Chinese National Festival, Chinese New Year. And as such, today we are more or less equidistant between the two celebrations. And but nevertheless, celebrating a Chinese Burns Supper at 3:30 in the afternoon is, I accept, somewhat of a stretch. But then these past 12 months have been in so many different ways unprecedented. And so I trust that you will allow us some poetic license as we proceed. Now, the event is dedicated, yes, to Burns and yes, to Chinese New Year, but it's also all about celebrating the success of business ties between Scotland and China. And as such, we'll also be celebrating the China-Scotland Business Awards in the second half of this afternoon's programme. Before moving on, I just want to bring further attention to the piece of music that we've just watched and listened to, which was especially commissioned from Philip Kim Ho Joo, who made up of Philip Davidse, who's based in the Netherlands, and Dr. Kim Ho Ip, who's based in Hong Kong. They would have been here in person to perform on stage had it not been for the obvious reason. And but nonetheless, they have transcended geographical and cultural boundaries quite effortlessly in pulling that piece of collaboration together. And that's all thanks to our event partner, the Confucius Institute for Scotland in the University of Edinburgh. And if you were here last year, you may remember that they were actually themselves the winner of one of the awards for innovation in education. And that was for a project which culminates every year in a cross-cultural fashion show during the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. And it's called From Shanghai with Love. And I'm now happy to show you a very quick video recap of that project before we move on. Were they winners indeed? And we'll find out who has won the award for Educational Partnership of the Year 2021 later in the show. But before then, we've got an eclectic mix of cultural entertainment and greetings from our partners and friends. And at the end of the event, we'll also have a prize draw for all of you online watching. At this part of the normal programme, we would have just had a couple of drinks in the foyer over some live music. moved into the dining hall, found our seats, piped in the top table, and now we're going to sit back and I would welcome onto the stage the CBBC chair, Sir Sherard Cooper-Coles, who last addressed this gathering this time last year in Glasgow, and he will once again address us this afternoon. Over to you, Sir Sherard.
Good evening and welcome to the CBBC's annual Chinese Burn Supper and to the China-Scotland Business Awards. This evening's event is obviously very different from normal, but we hope that although the seas between us braid have roared, and forgive my non-Scottish pronunciation of Burns, you will still have a cup of kindness or two to hand as we celebrate again the achievements of the Scottish business community in China. But before we go on, I'd like to thank the organisations that have done so much to ensure that this event goes ahead in such tricky circumstances. Our event partner, the Confucius Institute for Scotland in the University of Edinburgh, and our awards partners, Scottish Enterprise and Scottish Development International. We're also grateful to two organisations that are sponsoring awards categories this year, Huawei Technologies and the Scottish Confucius Institute for Business and Communications at Heriot-Watt University. And on a more personal note, I wanted to thank James Brodie, Wilson Barry and Paolo Drusi of the CBBC production team for putting together tonight's extraordinary event. Now, when I spoke at the Chinese Burn Supper last year, the world was just starting to become aware of a major threat to public health in China and then the world. Nobody logging in today to this event will need reminding of the consequences of that pandemic as it spread across the world, nor of the often devastating impact on livelihoods and businesses as political leaders, including those in London and in Edinburgh, struggle to respond to the health emergency. We at CBBC send our deepest condolences to families that have suffered as a result of the pandemic in Scotland, across the United Kingdom, and in China. As the UK, Scotland, and the world seek to recover from the pandemic, our long tradition, our British tradition, the Scottish tradition, as a nation open to global trade and investment, must surely stand us in good stead. I'm equally certain that our economic ties with China will play a huge role. Already we know that China, the first nation to suffer from the pandemic, has been the country leading the world economy out of the depression caused by the pandemic, growing by 2.3% over the course of last year, and with the latest figures showing growth in China back up over 6%. It's worth noting that British goods exports to China grew by over 30% in 2019, and in the first 10 months of 2020, last year, they grew by nearly 11%, whereas our goods exports to every other major market fell by double-digit figures. Last year, CBBC commissioned the respected research group Cambridge Econometrics to calculate the number of British jobs supported by our economic engagement with China. Among their results, they found that Scotland's links through goods exports, education, tourism supported up to 10,000 full-time equivalent jobs across Scotland. And that's without accounting for jobs in services industries like banking and finance and insurance. So the fact is that Scotland is particularly well placed to benefit as China continues to grow strongly and as its economy evolves. Now, we all know that China is redoubling its efforts to make consumers the key engine of economic growth, that vast and growing Chinese middle class of hundreds of millions of sophisticated consumers. And of course, Any sophisticated consumer anywhere in the world wants products from Scotland. Scotch whisky, of course, but also salmon and shortbread and all the other wonderful products that your industry produces and exports around the world. Now, we have a range of contenders this evening for the China-Scotland Business Awards, and that range itself is testament to the broad range of sectors in which Scottish businesses now engage with China. From engineering, of course, particularly on Clydeside, to education in the great university cities of Scotland, to high-end retail. And of course, later this year, Scotland, as part of the United Kingdom, will host in Glasgow the delayed COP26 meeting, providing an opportunity to showcase the way in which Scottish companies have worked in China and with Chinese partners in environmental technology and other climate change related industries. Even during this most disrupted of years, we have seen new partnerships develop between the UK and China in the green sector, and these will be celebrated later in the programme. In the run-up to COP26 in Glasgow in November, CBBC is planning a series of events and roundtables throughout this year, based on the major themes of the conference: how economies can adapt to climate change, energy transition, clean transportation, and green finance. We welcome all of you to take part in these events. And as the culmination of that series of events, we intend to publish a report to showcase the efforts that British and Chinese businesses are making in tackling climate change together. This will highlight areas where Scotland and the broader United Kingdom can cooperate to mutual advantage, more important than ever in this of all years. Now, we're not, of course, blind to some of the tensions that have emerged in the relationship with China over the past year. But we at CBBC believe that the business of business is business, and that mutual economic engagement between the two countries not only benefits our economies, but also serves to underpin understanding in other ways. So businesses like yours, like those represented at today's event, have a key role to play in the process, ensuring that we share in the fruits of China's growing prosperity, but also developing those one-to-one, on-the-ground relationships that are key to building mutual trust and understanding. What I call my China-Britain dream, my Yingguo Meng, my Zhongguo Meng. Much of this work is, of course, for tomorrow, for the rest of this year and beyond. But for today, tonight, this afternoon, or whatever time you are celebrating this event, I encourage you to sit back with a cup of kindness and enjoy the event. And warm congratulations from me and the entire CBBC board to all our winners and nominees. I wish you all a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2021. Thank you.
From the chair of CBBC, I'm now going to move on to another greeting representing our event partner this evening, the principal of the University of Edinburgh himself, Professor Peter Matheson. Immediately following Peter's Burns Night message to us will be a short Chinese New Year message collated by the Confucius Institute for Scotland themselves. Thank you.
各位朋友，马总领事，大家晚上好，我是爱丁堡大学校长马飞山，我很高兴见到你们。I will continue in English, but it's just a brief message for me to send my very best wishes to everybody attending the virtual celebration of Burns Night with the CBBC and collaboration from colleagues all around Scotland, including us here at the University of Edinburgh. I'm very sorry that this year it's a virtual meeting rather than the usual physical meeting, but I'm sure people will join in a spirit of mutual celebration nevertheless. So much has been disrupted this year by the pandemic, but what has not been disrupted is the friendship and collaboration between Scotland and China. We exemplify this with some of our collaborations at the University of Edinburgh, including large numbers of Chinese students, some student exchanges, partnerships with major Chinese universities, and of course our Confucius Institute. So I send very best wishes to everybody present. I congratulate the nominees and the winners of the China-Scotland Business Awards this year, and I sincerely hope that the University of Edinburgh will be amongst them. And with that, it just remains for me to wish you a happy and successful Burns Night, health and happiness in the year to come, and hopeful that in 2022 we'll be able to meet together in more traditional circumstances. Finally, for me, if I stand up, you will see that I am properly dressed. I'm wearing the Matheson tartan and very proud to do so. And I have a drop of the good stuff here to wish you in a language of your choice, Slanjiva, cheers, or Gambe. Slange. All the very best to all of you from the University of Edinburgh. Bye for now.
We send our warm greetings to all our friends in China and in Scotland and wish you a very happy and prosperous New Year. 新年快乐，岁岁平安。
新年快乐，
新年好。
各位朋友，大家好，新春快乐，万事如意。
Everyone at Edinburgh Airport wishes you a happy Chinese New Year. 新年好。
大家好，我谨代表爱丁堡国际文化峰会，恭祝大家新春如意。
Hi there, hoping you all have a wonderful spring festival.
万事如意，春节快乐，
新年快乐。
I'd like to wish everybody in China
a very happy new year with lots of love from Scotland. Yay!
我是欧文，我是罗宾，我们在美丽的苏格兰给大家拜年了。祝大家万事如意，阖家欢乐，身体健康，笑口常开。
It is a great pleasure to wish everybody in China a really happy and joyful spring festival. Xin Yang Hao.
Hello again, everyone. Now, usually at this time in the evening, we would have just finished our starter and we'd be getting back to some round the table dinner chat when the pipes would start up and the Chinese drums would roll and out would dance a lion, followed by a great big chieftain haggis. Now, we've not been quite able to recreate that here at home in Dunbar, but we're going to do our very best with what resources we've got. So if you'll just bear with me a few seconds, I'll be back very shortly. Fair for your honest, sonsy face, great chieftain o' the puddin' race, I've been them all ye tak your place, pain, stripe or therm, wheel ye wordy, o a grace as lang's my erm. Ni kan起来，饱满、诚实、快乐。是香枪里的将领，不管是你的肚、胃还是肠，都比其他食物要强。我对你能表达的赞美，比我的胳膊还要长。 The groaning trencher there ye fill, your hurdies like a distant hill. Your pin would help to mend a mill in time of need, and through your pores the dews distill like amber bead. 你的身体填满了整个盘子，光是臀部就像一座小山一样。紧急的时刻，你的一脚能够修补一个磨坊。琥珀色的汤汁就像威士忌一样可口。His knife, the rustic labour dicht, and cut ye up with ready slecht, trenching and gushing your entrails brech like ony ditch, and then oh, what a glorious sight! Warm, reeking wretch. 那个强壮的男人莫道茶手，对准香肠随便几下，美味就在眼前。大家快看，热气腾腾，香气扑鼻，是多么壮观的一幅画面。And horn for horn they stretch and strive, they'll tack the hindmost on they drive, till all their wheel-swelled kites belive are bent like drums. Then old good man, maist like to rive, bethunket hums. 一勺接一勺饱餐到最后，就像魔鬼在身后驱赶，吃得大腹便便，肚子圆的像鼓。最后桌子上的主人吃得不能再饱，大声歌颂，感谢上帝的恩典。Is there the tour, is French ragout, olio that would stow a sewer, fricassee would mocker spew with perfect scunner, looks down with sneering, scornful view on sick a dinner. 崇拜法国食物的人，你可知道，猪对他们蔬菜炖肉都也不屑一顾，看了都要呕吐。这么美味的哈吉斯，他们怎么敢瞧不上眼？ Poor Dale Seymour has trash as feckless as a withered rash, a spindle shank a good whiplash as new on it, through bloody flood or field to dash. Oh, how unfit! 啊，那些吃法国菜的可怜人，瘦得比坛子还瘪，腿像绳子一样。 拳头就像一颗花生，连洪水都抵抗不了，更别说什么战争。But mark the rustic haggis bed, the trembling earth resounds his tread, clapping his wily neva blade, he'll market whistle, and legs, and arms, and heeds o' sned, like taps a thistle. 那个强壮的吃哈吉斯的人。 他的脚步能让大地颤抖，紧握刀子一声口宣，就像割草一样切断敌人的腿、胳膊和头。Ye powers wha mak mankind your care and dish 'em out their bill of fare. Old Scotland wants nae skinking ware that jaups and luggies. But if ye wish her grateful prayer, gie her a haggis. 上帝的恩典使人类得到惠顾，也丰富了他们的菜谱。古老的苏格兰啊，不要烧木盆里摇的稀酒什么的。如果想得到 子民充满感激的祈祷，就快给他们哈吉斯。为哈吉斯干杯 ！To the haggis. Now, that brings a close to the address to the haggis. I'm sorry that my piper has left me. That was my daughter, my youngest daughter, Amy Brodie, budding piper that she is. So I hope you could hear all that okay. And I am now finding my place in the script, and I believe we are next on to our very esteemed friends from the Scottish and Chinese governments, respectively. Minister for Trade, Investment and Innovation, Mr. Ivan McKee, MSP, and the Consul General, Ma Chiang, who've once again, hats off to them, they've really got into the spirit of this event, and they're going to give another bilingual recital of Burns. So this item will be followed directly by the second commissioned piece by the Philip Kim Ho duo, The Winter It Is Past, and which will be a medley with an aria from Puccini's final an unfinished opera, which was set in China, Turandot. But first, over to the Minister and Consul General.
It's great once again to be part of this annual event celebrating the diversity of the trading relationship Scotland has with China. It's fantastic to see such a strong lineup of finalists, even in such a challenging year, and testament to the resilience and ambition of our private sector. Last year, the Consul General and I recited Tammuz to welcome in the Year of the Rat. Finding a similarly apt Burns poem to welcome in the Year of the Ox has been slightly more difficult. But the poem we have decided to recite this year is instead a fantastic example of friendship and cross-cultural exchange, given it has been one of the most recognised songs in the world after Happy Birthday. Auld Lang Syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind?
久别离，吾期忘却老友，永不挂上心否。
Should old acquaintance be forgot, an auld lang syne?
吾期忘却老友，自从别来许久。
For auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne.
为兹别来许久，我有为兹别来许久。
We'll take a cup of kindness yet, for auld lang syne.
大家且敬一杯酒，为兹别来许久。
And surely you'll be your pint stop, and surely I'll be mine.
君今自尽而酒，我亦饮我所有。
And we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for auld lang syne.
大家且敬一杯酒，为兹别来许久。
We twa hae run about the braes, and pu'd the gowns fine.
昔曾同上山丘，才比山花如绣。
But we've wandered mony a weary fit, sin auld lang syne.
浪迹不辞倦游，此事别来许久。
We twa hae paddled in the burn, from morning sun till dine.
昔曾同玩溪流，自陈直玩道友。
But seas between us braid hae roared, sin auld lang syne.
海声入耳嗖嗖，此事别来许久。
And there's a hand, my trusty fear, and gie's a hand o' thine.
尊前且举耳手，好友，举手尽耳所有。
And we'll take a right good willy walk, for auld lang syne.
大家痛饮一杯酒，为兹别来许久。 I would like to wish everyone happy Chinese New Year. May the year of ox brings you health, happiness, and prosperity. Thank you.
So as the graphic alongside me now represents, we have now moved formally into the second half of this evening's programme, which is no doubt the moment that many of you have been waiting for. It is the China-Scotland Business Awards 2021. Now it's fourth year after a sellout 300-person event last year in Glasgow. We were hoping to go even bigger in Edinburgh this year. And in some ways we probably have, because through the wonders of modern technology, this will be archived for posterity and can reach out to people right across the whole of the UK and indeed China as well. So and it's on that note that I wanted to thank our media partners, Caixin Global this year, who are able to bring the awards to a newer audience of China business watchers right throughout the world. And if you're interested in their content, then please do take advantage of a free 1-month trial that's being offered to everybody at the event. There'll be a page at the very end of the program with a QR code that you can scan to take advantage of that. I'm also delighted this year that we are partnering once again with Scottish Enterprise and Scottish Development International on the awards. And it's really thanks to their unwavering support that we've been able to continue with the programme. And we're going to hear from our award partner, represented by Neil Francis, Scottish Enterprise's Interim Managing Director of International Development. Over to you, Neil.
The China-Britain Business Council's Chinese Burn Supper has been a mainstay of the business calendar in Scotland for many years. It is a focal point in celebrating and promoting our deep and extensive cultural, civic, and trade and investment links between Scotland and China. So I'm delighted that Scottish Enterprise and Scottish Development International are a partner with CBBC on the awards for a fourth consecutive year. Whilst the value and the extent of our trade and investment activities with China has been developing for many years, the vast size and potential of the Chinese economy means there are opportunities for significant growth. And in the context of the global COVID-19 pandemic, China is likely to play a particularly significant role in supporting global economic recovery. We need to ensure Scotland benefits from this by deepening our trade and investment relationship with China, focusing on near-term high-impact opportunities. Despite the challenging environment, I'm delighted to see such a strong field of companies at this year's awards, including several new entrants, underlining further the strength of Scotland's trade and investment relationship with China. I'm also delighted to see a new award for climate action as we look to ever more closely collaborate with China on energy transition and combating climate change. So this year's awards have been delivered virtually, as with many other business activities. And we look forward to being able to organize trade missions to China and welcoming potential Chinese investors to visit Scotland again as soon as it is safe to do so. So please enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Hey, China! Scotland has a message for you. From our people, our universities and our businesses. From the bottom of our hearts, our beautiful country is open to you. Our arms are open. Our minds are open. And yeah, sometimes our clouds are open too. But don't let that put you off. China, let's continue our love affair. Scotland is open. Scotland is now.
For the rest of the awards programme this evening, I'm going to be handing over my duties to, as MC, to a selection of our category sponsors, partners, and finally our chief executive, who will announce the finalists and ultimately the winners of the 5 categories that we have up for grabs this year. I wanted to pay particular tribute first to the 5 judges who gave up their time to pore over all this year's applications, and I'm delighted that one of them, Rachel Jones, will be presenting the first of the awards this evening. Before that, I just wanted to also draw attention to the horn, which you can see here on the right of your screen. This is alluding to an old Scottish folk tale from the Isle of Skye about Rory Moore, who had battled a cow and came home victorious with a horn in celebration, and since then it has been used as a drinking vessel of celebration in the Clan Donald's history. So that if you were wondering what was that was about, and obviously the reason to bring attention to that is that this year is the year of the ox, and so it's a combination of celebrating the awards with the year of a Highland coup, as others are calling it, with a Scottish legend. So without further ado, I will hand over to Rachel Jones, who not only was a judge this year, but last year was also our Entrepreneur of the Year 2020, and she'll be presenting the newest and first category, the Award for Climate Action, which is, of course, of particular interest to me, with the fact that I'm going to be coordinating CBBC's own activities in the run-up to COP26 later this year. So good luck to all of our finalists, and I will see you on the other side of the awards for the prize draw. Good luck.
I am delighted to be here this evening to present the Award for Climate Action. It has been an absolute pleasure being part of the judging panel this year, and I would like to repeat my congratulations to all of the finalists when it has been such a tough year for many of us on so many levels. The 3 finalists in this category are the University of Edinburgh's School of Geosciences. As part of the Newton Fund's Climate Science for Service Partnership China project, the school's climate scientists have been developing tools with their Chinese counterparts that take the best climate data available to inform climate adaptation strategies for governments and businesses right across the region. Wood. Headquartered in Aberdeen, Wood is a global engineering consultancy with over 600 staff in China. They have expertise in carbon capture, utilisation and storage, and in 2020 worked with some of China's largest utilities on the decarbonisation of their processes and supply chains. They're working hard in support of China's 2060 net zero ambition, also sharing their expertise with disruptive technologies in renewables. The 3rd finalist in this category is Chubby Bags, an SME also from the northeast of Scotland, who have been using their expertise in the handling of drilling waste to develop a new product with Chinese partners to transport and dispose of drilling waste in a more environmentally friendly manner. Their innovative products remove the need for much heavier skips, thus vastly reducing transportation fuel and cost and protecting against spillage. A great example of collaboration with Chinese manufacturing partners. These are 3 fantastic examples of how Scottish and Chinese know-how is coming together to help combat the impact of climate change in 2021. And without further ado, the special envelope, and I'm utterly delighted to announce the winner is Wood. Many congratulations to all in this category, and particular congratulations to Wood.
So Huawei is a big tech company,
And we've got almost 100,000 people involved in research and development inside the company. But that's not enough. A lot of ideas from us, we don't have the capacity to dig right through into them. So we work with partners around the whole world, but we want to work with the best partners wherever they are in the world in order to bring a stronger academic critique to our direction and thinking, and to enhance our capacity. And part of doing that is, of course, to be involved in the academic ecosystem in just about every country in the world, and to be supporting that so that it can grow in a direction which is generally useful for the tech industry. Students also benefit from the partnership between the university and Huawei. They have the reassurance that the research they're doing is meaningful, that someone cares about it, that it's got somewhere to go. And for some students, this can actually open doors to the rest of their career. Of course, there are many benefits for wider society from the research collaborations we undertake with universities. For example, we'll work with a university because they can explore the fundamental science behind some challenge that we have. We can use that new learning in fundamental science to innovate our products better. That means people get better smartphones and they get better 5G connectivity.
Huawei is delighted to, once again, be sponsoring the China-Britain Business Council China-Scotland Business Awards 2021 Educational Partnerships of the Year Award. My day job is supporting the many partnerships that Huawei has with educational institutions throughout the UK. Our Scottish university partners are an important part of that picture. And were it not for the current travel restrictions, I would be presenting this award from our newly opened Edinburgh Research Centre. We opened it late last year near Toll Cross. It houses around 40 researchers and is a growing part of a wider commitment that we have made to investment and jobs in Scotland, which last year saw Huawei recognised as Chinese Investor of the Year. I understand from the judges that there was again a strong set of applications this year. 5 have been shortlisted as finalists, and in no particular order they are: Edinburgh College, who have just secured a new 5-year programme with Hainan University's College of Foreign Studies to teach business English, located in one of the areas of China reforming the fastest at the moment, Hainan Island. Glasgow College, UESTC, is a joint educational institute between the University of Glasgow and the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, UESTC, first launched in 2013 and located in UESTC's campus in Chengdu. It is primarily an institute for the delivery of undergraduate teaching in electronic engineering with fast-growing joint research, staff exchange, and industry engagement. The University of the West of Scotland, whose early and unique accreditation by China's State Administration for Foreign Experts Affairs, SAFEA, led it to developing a substantial programme of its own in Hainan province, providing technical and managerial training to state-owned organisations in China. New College Lanarkshire, for its part, have now been shortlisted 3 years in a row. Their joint delivery programme in dental nursing continues to grow year on year, with the latest phase from NCL and its Chinese partners from Guangxi, Hubei, Shandong, and Inner Mongolia take the model to other BRI countries, including the Philippines and Mongolia. Robotical. While Robotical aren't an educational institution in their own right, their team in Edinburgh have designed and built a toy robot called Marty, who is used to teach coding skills to children of all ages. Despite the pandemic, their partnership with Hong Kong-based PriceStar enabled them to win several clients in Hong Kong, and their entry to mainland China is now underway. And it gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of the China-Britain Business Council China-Scotland Business Awards 2021 Educational Partnership of the Year Award. And the award goes to Glasgow College UESTC, and my big congratulations to the team in Glasgow and UESTC for their hard work, their dedication, and for winning this great award this year.
It's a pleasure to join you all in celebrating what is surely one of the most important categories for SDI, as it reflects the vital relationship between China and Scotland. Investment from China into Scotland can be so much more than just a transaction. It's a catalyst for jobs, for growth, and for people-to-people exchange. Although we only had 2 finalists in this year's awards, both are in areas of strength for the Scottish economy, and those being gaming and renewable energy, respectively. Credit One has come here off the back of his sister fintech company and is planning to set up a Scottish studio to develop multiple video game titles each year. Logan Energy, on the other hand, has received investment from Henan Lanxing Power Company to develop its green hydrogen business, initially here in Scotland, but also now in China. And using my hongbao for good measure, the winner of the 2021 Chinese Investor of the Year Award goes to Logan Energy. Many congratulations, Logan Energy. And now on to the next category.
Hello there, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the event so far. I must say I'm missing being present at the physical event itself this year, but I'm sure we'll make up for it next year. In the meantime, as you can see, I'm in standard Zoom spare bedroom working mode, where I've made an effort on my top half, but I'm still in my pajamas in the bit that you can't see. The pandemic hasn't prevented the Confucius Institute at Heriot-Watt University in celebrating Chinese New Year around Edinburgh. And our support this year with Edinburgh's Tourism Action Group has meant another powerful set of events to maintain Edinburgh's high profile amongst Chinese visitors and tourists and the home community in Edinburgh. You can check out the digital programme that's been created this year. We've spread a range of virtual events over a longer period, and we've included a hyperlink in today's event brochure with all the details. I hope you'll be able to join us to celebrate Chinese New Year at some of those events. Now, onto the award. Entrepreneurship is at the heart of what we do at Heriot-Watt University, and having recently published our recovery prospectus to support industry development, it's been really inspiring to read about the 3 finalists this year. Our first finalist is James Buchan from Zudu. He's grown his Dundee-based digital marketing agency to 12 members of staff in the past year, China's been a key focus for the company, and a series of innovative initiatives have helped support this growth through their Ni Hao Scotland WeChat platform and the first Ni Hao Digital Whisky Festival. Jamie McGowan, our second finalist, is founder of Essence of Harris, and he's had to ramp up production on the Isle of Harris in order to meet the size of orders they've had from China, making their first sales there last year. Jamie remains committed to the opportunity of e-commerce sales through some of China's biggest platforms, all from his team's stunning location in the Outer Hebrides. Our final finalist this year is Florin Mandash, co-founder of Time to Dine, whose partnership with a leading Chinese tech manufacturer has helped to develop a high-quality restaurant tech product, and they've been picking up increasing numbers of clients in recent years. They've had to pivot to takeaways during the pandemic, but have done so with great versatility and openness to adopting the best of tech from both countries. And I have an envelope. And the winner of the China Scotland Business Awards Entrepreneur of the Year 2021 is James Buchan from Zudu. Congratulations, James. I hope you have a good rest of the evening celebrating, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
It's been another strong year in this category, which has celebrated so many great Scottish firms over the past 3 years, from right across the economic spectrum. And this is the first year that we've had a company that's been shortlisted in 2 categories, because our first finalist is Wood. Wood's application set out their strong track record of developing their capacity for their Chinese-based staff through personnel training programs involving their HQ in Scotland, backed up by strong sales figures, and also by an ambitious strategy for digitalization and energy transition for the country's oil and gas sector. Second up is Ireland Alloys. Despite the pandemic, 2020 was something of a breakthrough year for this company, who reprocess and recycle super alloys from the steel and aviation industries. They were able to win significant export sales into the Chinese super alloy market, where in the past it has mostly been used by them as a source for raw material. Having predicted changes in the Chinese regulations at the start of 2021, they are now on a promising trajectory for future growth. And last but not least, Unineed. This Glasgow-based company is a fast-growing e-commerce platform for consumer goods to be sold from the UK globally. Their recent development of a Chinese bonded warehouse facility and office dedicated to growing sales in China have seen it become their #1 market. Their growth over the past 5 years has been exceptionally strong, and a great example of Scotland-China business links on multiple levels. And now, the winner is Ireland Alloys. Congratulations to Ireland Alloys and to all our winners this afternoon. We're now delighted to share with you the reactions of all our happy winners.
It is an honour to win the award for Chinese Investor of the Year. We truly believe in the role that green hydrogen can play in the global energy mix and route to net zero. As the climate emergency intensifies, we have seen a growing demand for our clean energy solutions on a global scale. This demand has seen us expand into new areas and markets like China, where there is a need for experienced integration specialists in this rapidly expanding global hydrogen market. We're excited for the future of our collaboration with Lanxing. which will see us deliver our innovative hydrogen technology solutions in China and further afield.
感谢评委会把中国苏格兰商业奖颁发给 Logan Energy。我们衷心地感谢英中贸易协会对推动中英合作和发展做出的努力，同时也感谢河南省政府及各级相关部门在河南蓝星对洛根能源进行战略投资过程中的支持。中国苏格兰商业奖弘扬的是国际合作、共同发展的企业家精神。蓝星与洛根能源将在新能源领域共同发展，深度合作。2021年，蓝星与洛根将在中国上海成立合资公司，为中国的能源转型和2060年碳中和目标做出努力。最后，祝愿中国苏格兰商业奖越办越好，中国苏格兰友谊长存。
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful time at the famous Chinese Burns Supper. It's disappointing that we can't all meet in person this year, but I'm sure the event will go from strength to strength next year. I'm deeply honored to be receiving this award today. This has been an extraordinary year, and the team at Zudu have been riding the wave against a strong current. In the face of the pandemic, we've been proud to always be at the forefront of digital innovation, going above and beyond for our clients. We've continued to grow our Nihao Scotland platform to become the go-to influencer site for Scottish businesses. And we've supported industries such as tourism, whiskey, and education, and developed both marketing and distribution capabilities to support companies entering into the Chinese market. Of course, I couldn't win this award without the support of my amazing team, my board of directors, and David Ballantyne, MBE, who has supported us so much on our journey in China. I'd also like to offer a special thank you to my wonderful fiancée, Xiao Xiao. As we now enter into the year of the ox, this denotes that hard work, positivity, and honesty will be manifested in all of us in the coming 12 months. We will continue to be innovative and vigilant to opportunities. And as Rabbi Burns once said, there is no such uncertainty as a sure thing.
As a transnational education partnership of the University of Glasgow and the University of Electronic Sciences and Technology in China, we have adopted innovative learning and teaching practices from the outset, using technology creatively to enhance student engagement and the learning experience. This has been instrumental in our successful response to the exceptional challenges posed by the COVID pandemic. We are absolutely delighted that the efforts and contributions of our partnership have been recognized with this prestigious award for Educational Partnership of the Year from the China-Britain Business Council. I thank all contributors from my own team across the University of Glasgow, as well as colleagues at our partner UESTC in Chengdu, whose hard work and dedication has led us to this glory. I thank all of our students for their hard work, dedication, and valuable feedback to improve our operations over the time, and their parents for their support of our programs. I thank the panel as well as CBBC for their appreciation, consideration, and recognition of our collaboration with UESTC. I'm confident that this recognition will add to the fuel that drives our ambition to become a beacon of excellence for transnational education in engineering on a global scale. I thank you all.
All of us at Ireland Alloys are absolutely delighted to receive this Exporter of the Year award. It's real testimony and recognition for the hard work of every member of my team to receive this award, so thank you very much. I'd like to especially thank two members of my team, Rosie Hill and Tina Liu, for the hard work that they've contributed to getting us to where we are today. Rosie, from a standing start with us having no experience of trading in China, has led us through the last 3 years, having the foresight to recruit Tina to building a really strong business there and set us on a solid platform for the future. They've sacrificed much time and effort, some of their own time in travelling, and we really just want to recognise that and say thank you for your efforts, and we look forward to further contributions in the future. We've also benefited greatly from organisations such as CBBC, James, and the team, Mark in Beijing, the support, the confidence, and just being there for us throughout this journey. It's been really appreciated, and we look forward to working with them as we continue to grow our business in China. Also, our account management teams at Scottish Enterprise and Scottish Development International, Billy Hughes and Leonore Frame, their experience, their guidance, their support in this project and others that have helped it have been fantastic. So thank you for that. And none of this would have been possible, of course, without the support of our parent company, Siegfried Jakob Metalwork in Germany. Our directors there, Uwe and Dirk, have supported this from the start, given their experience, their support and guidance as well, all the way through this journey, and I know we'll continue to do so. So I'd like to take the opportunity to say thanks to them as well. So with the help of CBBC, we will now start to plan in the next part of our journey in China, how we're going to grow further. And this award just gives us the motivation, the encouragement to really try and grow our business further. And I'm sure if the next 3 years are same as the last 3 years, then it will be a great success. So once again, thank you from everybody at Alland Alloys for this fantastic award.
Thank you, China-Britain Business Council, for this award. We are humbled to receive this Climate Action Award in 2021 China-Scotland Business Award. How do you unlock solutions to the world's most critical challenges by creating a sustainable world, and to future-ready cities by engineering solutions for a net zero future? You dare to different, exploring new ways of thinking. As the world keeps changing, we will too. In the last 2 years, we brought innovative decarbonization and digital technologies for complete and efficient solutions to our Chinese clients, who are exploring transformation that will have a positive impact to overall energy transition in China. Next week, it will be Chinese New Year. It is the year of ox. In Chinese culture, ox is the symbol of loyalty, diligence, and determination. We are fully committed to helping our clients meet the goals of the energy transition and digitalization. In the end, I'd like to send my very best wishes to all my colleagues for a healthy, happier, and prosperous year of ox. Happy Chinese New Year, and thank you everyone for this award.
Well, congratulations once again to all of our finalists and of course all of our winners, and it's great to hear from you just a moment ago. I hope you've all enjoyed the event so far. The winners will be receiving a bottle of 12-year-old, one full cycle of Chinese calendar whiskey, which has been specially labelled for them, and they'll also be receiving one of these rather splendid trophies in the post. So they will be with you just as soon as I have got them to the post office. But before we go, we are going to make some of you winners yourselves. So, and that's through the prize draw. So in theory, I should be able to pull up, there we are, we have a virtual prize draw wheel on your screen, and if you have got very good eyesight, you might be able to see your own name in that massive wheel. I'm going to ask very shortly Paolo to spin that wheel, But before then, I'm going to tell you which prizes are on offer. So the first prize is that's up for grabs has been donated to us by the sponsor of the Entrepreneur of the Year. That's the Scottish Confucius Institute for Business Communications at Hertford University. And they have kindly offered 5 one-to-one Mandarin lessons online. So anyone can win them from wherever you are based. And if you happen to be a native speaker that wins it, you can find yourself a very good friend who's a non-native speaker of Chinese and gift it to them. So without any further ado, Paolo, if you could spin the magic wheel, let's see if this works. Here it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. And the winner is Alexander Chow. Congratulations, Alexander Chow. That's fantastic. So, as I say, I have no idea whether or not you speak Mandarin or not, or would like to learn, or if you've got a good friend that would like to, but you can offer it to them if that's the case. So, next up, donated by our sponsor of Educational Partnerships of the Year, Huawei. We have the first of 2 prizes, and they are both smartwatches. Now, the first of those is a Huawei GT smartwatch, black in color, I believe. I don't have it here to show you in person, but I am assured that we will be in touch with the winners for their addresses, and they will be posted out to you very shortly. So again, so for the first of 2 Huawei watches, spin the wheel, please. And the winner is... Wow, Dr. Kim Ho-it in Hong Kong. Well, there you go. We're gonna be posting it to Hong Kong. Congratulations, Kim Ho. You thoroughly deserve it. Second up is another Huawei smartwatch, but this time it's the GT2. So spin the wheel, Paolo. And the winner is Zhang Li Xia. Yeah, I don't know where you're based, but congratulations to you. You are also the winner of a smartwatch. And last but not least, we have the 4th gift, which I actually do have in my hand, and it's a Chinese scroll. And the Chinese scroll, I'm not going to open it up, but it's been painted by the calligrapher Zhang Shi, who, if you were there in Edinburgh 2 years ago, you might remember he was on stage painting live an ink painting of Arthur Seat. And he was also the calligrapher for painting the first verse of several of Burns's poems that were then published in a very nice volume by the Confucius Institute for Scotland. And this script here is the first verse of the poem that we heard the Consul General and the Minister recite earlier, Auld Lang Syne. And it's also what we'll finish today's program on. So it's quite a special special scroll, and I will now simply ask Paolo to spin that wheel. Here we go. And the final winner is Jun Wang, or Wang Jun. I'm not so sure which one. So congratulations to you, and we will be in touch with all 4 of those winners for your postal addresses and get them sent off to you just as soon as we can. So I would like to make a final thank you, and that is to our design partner Red Unit for all of the great graphics and the virtual background you see behind me, and And the brochure, again, please do download that. It's all been pulled together by them. So thank you for your sticking with us and all your hard work on that. I would also like to thank, from a technical perspective, Paolo Drusi of Video Productions Edinburgh, who is the man behind the wheel and behind pulling all of this digital session together, who alongside Wilson has been working really tirelessly on this. And the final act of every Chinese Burns supper that we've had has been singing together Auld Lang Syne. And we do so usually around our round tables, holding hands, and that's the way we send ourselves off usually to the bar to hear Andy Chung. And we're not going to be going to the bar, unfortunately, but please do open up your own drinks cabinet if you've got one. It's Thursday night after all. But we are going to just have a short clip of Auld Lang Syne, and I did try to do a collective singing of Auld Lang Syne on one of the virtual Burns suppers I attended this year. Didn't go down particularly well with all the delays, so I won't put you through that. But please do hum along in your own home if you would like to, and we will hopefully be seeing each other again, well, much sooner than this event next year, but I very much do hope so, to be seeing you then. I wish you all a wonderful celebration of the Year of the Ox when it comes around, and have a good one. Thank you.